Good morning, race fans. Thursday, the 1st of July. In fact, it's just tipped over to the afternoon by an hour and 20 minutes. So it's not quite. Good afternoon, race fans. Right, trading 212. Let's check out how things have been going over the last week in my portfolio. Now, I did attempt to do this video a little bit earlier, but had funky screen flickering, which is really annoying. So I've had to re-record it. So here we go. All right. So in the last week, what has been going on. Now, the whole market took a bit of a kick, and so did my portfolio. At the moment, I'm only on about 4.7% return with my monies, which is a lot less than it was. Anyway, let's go back to, so Trading 212 is a platform I use. I am in no way sponsored by, in any way, shape or form, given anything by those guys. I literally just use it because I really like it. And I've had 2 free shares now, worth £9.90 each. So just under £20 worth of free shares. One last week and one yesterday, which I absolutely wholeheartedly thank you Ben for yesterday. And well, actually, I thought you did it last week, so I don't know who that was, but thank you very much. And obviously, when you open an account with these guys, you don't have to put any money into it, but you get a free share, and so do I. It's money for nothing. And one thing I didn't actually mention is the fact that you can dabble with this app totally free without putting any money down at all in what they call is like a free account. You basically play with fake money, and if you lose it all, you start again. So Trading 212, here we go, my portfolio. Now, what's been happening? Now, basically, the whole market took a bit of a kick in, and it's kind of picking back up again. So all of my stocks went right down, but that's life. So, and yeah, as with everything, me being the haphazard investor, more luck than judgment, well, I just kind of made up as I went along. So let's go through what I have got going on. Akimoto. Now, one thing that I struggle to kind of... this platform is meant for investors that kind of put their money into it, and it's better than a bank account whereby you, well, if you're lucky, it just goes up what, you know, you buy into it medium to long term. Whereas I seem to be using it as a bit of a day trading platform. Now, day traders kind of go into it and they check it every day and they buy and they sell and try and earn money that way. Whereas I thought, right, okay, I'm going to buy into some of this stuff long term, let it go, just sit in there and gain momentum. But yeah, I just seem to be finding myself getting some tips and stress tracking stuff and actually buying and selling and quite regularly. So I'm almost day trading on this platform. Is it designed for that? Probably not. Am I doing things the wrong way? Probably. Do I do that all the time? Yes. By no means am I telling you to do anything and do your own research. I've got to say that. But yeah, so basically, I can't ignore the fact that I bought into Akimoto. Check out video 3 for why I did that, or even video 2. I think it was video 3. But you can't ignore the fact that it's gone up by 25%. And, well, it would be silly not to sell out that stock. Just because I've gone into it. It's not just a couple of 3-4% over time and it will just grow slowly. I get these tips of sort of really sharp hitting news, and it seems to be that the market reacts pretty much like a human does as far as emotional concern. Get a bit of good news, it goes up. Get a bit of bad news, it goes down. It seems to be that simple. I'm guessing not. Otherwise, well, yeah, it can't be that simple, surely. And that's why I do everything my way and not anybody else's way. So Akimoto, I bought in. You can't help ignore the fact that I think I've probably had my money's worth out of this. Kind of bought in a week or so ago, and it has rocketed up on the back of some good news. I've made 25 or 24%, and well, I think it's time to sell. Because what I do feel like is the chances of this constantly growing, being quite a small electrical vehicle firm is unlikely to do anything else. I could be completely wrong, but what I might do is just literally, and I was going to say that in my last this morning, I put a sell order on, and it won't execute because the market's closed until 2:30, because that's when the American markets open at 2:30. That's also the appointment for the dentist. 2:30. 2:30, get it? 2:30. Anyway, yeah, so I've set a sell order to sell my stock in Akimoto because I'm like, well, you know what? I've had a gain, 25% gain isn't too bad. Let's put that somewhere else. So I'm almost using this as a day trading platform. Alas, there still are some stocks that I will sit on. Now, Aston Martin is kicking my ass royally. I bought into it. saw the gains, almost, sort of 25% gains, and then sat on it and did pretty much the opposite of what I've just done with Akimoto. I sat on it. And check out video 2, I believe it is, as to why, or maybe video 1, as to why I bought Aston Martin shares. Quite an interesting story. And again, because of that news, it went up, and it seems to have gone down again. Now, you're only really at a loss when you sell. So although I'm 23% down, and £9, it really is kicking on my backside, I'm not going to sell it. It's just illogical. So I'm going to sit on it and see what happens. AstraZeneca, that's my, again, check out video 2 or 3, check out them all, watch them all, give them a like, a thumbs up. In fact, do the same to now, right now. Oh wait, yep, the thumbs up down there. Give it a click thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe. You might as well, because these videos are great, aren't they? Done that? Great, thanks. And it is much appreciated. So AstraZeneca are working on and quite close to a vaccine for COVID-19. So these are kind of a medium-term investment, and they've not fared too badly. Up and down, up and down. I'm just going to let that take its course until they announce that they've got a vaccine that's actually been signed off. Carnival. This is one of the things that started me off. I watched. I get all my advice from stupid places like TikTok and stuff, and I bought into Carnival for the reasons that you'll see in part 1, and one of my free shares worth just under £10 a couple of days ago, I sold and immediately bought more in Carnival. Now Carnival went up right through the roof, and over the last month or so, and made some great gains, but it's also dropped back down again. So while it's back down, I've decided to buy a little bit more into there, because I see these guys as being my 1 year to 18 month stock, because I have all the confidence that where they were a year ago, riding massively high at $50 a share, they're around about $16 a share now. I've got every faith that when it all recovers from all this holidaying, COVID-19, and go back to people holidaying and cruising, it's going to go back up to there. So this is my long-term stock, and I will continue to put more money into that, because I just think, well, check out my previous videos for why I bought into Carnival. But you may agree, you may not. It doesn't really matter. Editas, these guys are working on inherent blindness cure. It's not going to be overnight, and these are kind of my medium-term stock. I'm going to keep a watch close on this. 10% gain. The whole market dipped, and then it's coming back up again. So these are just sat there at a decent gain, but not enough for me to kind of, unless I need the money to desperately put into another share that I've got a tip from, I'm going to let this go. Gilead, whatever you want to say. I'll come back to those, because I've just put a buy order that'll go in. Moderna, now these guys, again, fairly static, 5% a month, but I bought into these guys because they were also working on something to do with COVID-19, but I can't remember watching my previous videos for that. But I'm just going to see what happens. It's a meh stock right now. I think it was a meh stock in the last video. Just to see what happens. These are pretty stable. I mean, one day you can see it's increased tons today. It's gone up quite a lot. Even though the market's closed, how does that work? Yeah, see, I haven't got a clue what I'm on about, but I think these are a safe bet. If anyone's going to be earning money during this time, it's credit card companies. So yeah, small increase on those, but I'm going to keep that going. Now, Gilead, I heard on the news earlier. In fact, there was a bit of a screenshot that I'll go into right now. There's me, and yeah, fine. Anyway, basically, I heard on the news this morning that these guys actually have a vaccine for COVID-19, and America snapped up pretty much every little piece. Now, they're a Californian company, so they have an allegiance to America, but they probably have an allegiance to the dead presidents or the Greens. So America have gone in and said, I'm going to buy it all, and nobody else is going to have any. All right, Trump, thanks very much. But I believe that when this market opens, which is at 2:30, albeit already gone up, as you can see today. No, yesterday, sorry, Tuesday. This was yesterday. As you can see, the value has already gone up this week. I believe that when the markets open after that bit of news, the markets will rally on this stock because, well, America, hell yeah. So I believe when the American markets open, this stock is going to rocket. This is going to be a short-term ride. It's going to be a bit of a roller coaster. I'm going to watch this closely, but I am hoping to make some gains and then sell it off. But I'll let you know how that goes. Now, listen to this. And if you haven't already liked, I'm not entirely sure why, like this video, please, and subscribe as well. Now, what have I been up to that isn't in my portfolio right now? Now, this is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Right, Wirecard. All right, Wirecard. Now, Wirecard are a German company, big German company, that are a bit like PayPal, IZ or Square. You know, they do the card readers. So they were a merchant account. For if you're in business, like I am, you use their services to take credit card payments. They take a percentage. Well, they take the payment through their card reader. It goes to their accounts. They take a percentage, and then a couple of days later, they put it into your bank account. Great. These guys had their 2019 accounts audited a couple of months ago, or the last month or so, and the auditing company, independent company, found a 2-point-something billion hole, okay, hole in their accounts, missing money, gone. Where is it? 2-point-something billion, like 2.2, 2.1 billion hole. Well, they can't account for. Where's it gone? It turns out, and they wouldn't sign their accounts off. This was last week. Early last week. Turns out that where's that money gone? Oh, it's fraud. They've been pumping their numbers up. If you know that reference to Wolf of Wall Street, they were pumping their numbers up, not a little bit, a lot. And yeah, they would go and then yeah, sure enough, 2 days later they went bankrupt. Well, not bankrupt yet. Brought in administrators. So of course their stocks went from, you know, obviously quite a decent amount to virtually nothing. Let's have a look at let's go from Wirecard. Well, you can see there, that's 1 day, this is 1 week, riding high on the fact that yeah, we're not doing anything wrong. Oh, we've been caught. Boom, dropped down to $4 a share. In fact, it even dropped down to like $1 a share at one point. So a bit like Hertz, the American arm of Hertz Rent a Car, a few weeks ago, they brought in the administrators because they went bust. Now, this is the crazy thing. You've got all these Wall Street traders and all these city traders that are going, yeah, it's bust, the company's bust, there's no money in it. That's why the stock has gone down. Don't buy it because they're bankrupt. They're not going to exist anymore. They'll be delisted at some point. They're not worth it. And then you've got all of the day traders and all of the like TikTok traders, YouTube traders, Robin Hoods, and that's an app a bit like Trading 212. We've got all these people a bit like me who go, it's cheap, let's buy cheap, sell high, that's what you tell us. Yeah, sure, that's common sense. So you've got all the people like me buying in, and the insanity is, okay, more people buy into it, the higher it goes. And Wirecard, a bankrupt company that's just full of obviously fraud, allegedly, with a $2 billion hole in their accounts. Yeah, their stock went up by 500%. Of course, I'm going to jump on that. Why not? Why wouldn't you? And that's what everyone's done. So this bankrupt company, this this in a massive poop, just their stock, it's not gone up to where they were at like $10 a share, $12 a share. Okay, but it's gone up 500%. You can't argue with that. Of course, you're going to jump on that. Why? 500%, guys. I was a bit late to the show, but I bought in and gained. Let's see what I gained. Let's have a look at history. So I bought in at $11 a share and sold the very next day at $16.8 a share, making £5 off of a $11 trade, £11 sort of trade. I think, yeah, because that's what I did. I sold my free share, my first free stock. Thank you very much to whoever did that. Remember, use the link below to open your Trading 212 account, and you and I will get a free stock. And there's proof. Sold it and immediately put that plus a couple of quid more in Wirecard. Sold it later on that day, and it obviously went through to the next day. Made £5 just like that. And it's a small amount of money, but enormous gains. Enormous gains. Yeah, insanity. And also, I think what helped that is that with Wirecard, a couple of days later, they've all these people that they should be putting the money back into their bank accounts. All these businesses that have really been caught out by these guys. They were allowed by the administrators maybe to basically trade again and do whatever they needed to do. Basically, pay the people that they should be paying. So the stock went up again, but they're still a company on its knees. So you don't want to be buying in it too long. But you can't ignore the fact that you can profit from it. Yeah, simple as. The same with Hertz. People bought into that. I bought into it a little bit late again, but you know, still made a little bit on the Hertz, which is ridiculous because they're bankrupt. So there you go. It just goes to show that the stock market really does behave like a person. Emotionals. You get great news, you get good news, it goes up. You get bad news, it goes down. It just seems to be a little bit too easy. Yeah. So there we go. Anyway, so that is my portfolio right now. I will keep you updated with what goes on with Gilead or whatever when the market's open. We'll get back to that. But yeah, it just goes to show it's just the markets just seem to be emotional. It's been emotional. Another movie reference. If you can name the movie reference, it's been emotional, then comment below. Yeah, keep watching, guys. Like and subscribe. It goes a long way to reaching new audiences. I'm Neil, the haphazard investor. More luck than judgment. It's obviously the way of not to do it. But yeah, I hope you enjoy my videos, and I will do part 5 soon. Thanks for watching.